So last class we are discussing about the 3-point starter and 4-point starter. So what is the need of 3-point starter? So to limit the starting current, so we are always using 3-point starter. So in case of some disadvantages are existing in a 3-point starter which is to be eliminated in 4-point starter. So now today we are discussing about the speed control methods. Speed control methods. Speed control methods of DC motor. Speed control methods of DC motor. So in this, so generally the speed control methods of a DC motor is to be broadly classified into two types. So one is armature voltage control. Second one is flux or field control method. Flux or field control method. So based on these two methods, our syllabus concerns only two methods. So in these two methods is to be used to control the speed of a DC motor. So in this, so first one is the armature voltage control method is always applicable for below base speed. So another one is flux control method, so which is to be used to control the above base speed. So first one is armature voltage control method. So one is the positive terminal, so which is to be directly connected to 3-point starter L, A, F. So which is to be armature voltage control means, so we are connecting the armature current which is to be measured by a ammeter, so which is connected in series with rheostat across the armature. So another one is field winding is to be directly connected across supply which is equal to voltage. So corresponding whenever the voltage is to be given to the DC motor which is to be measured by a voltmeter, so which is equal to plus and minus, so which is equal to 3-point starter. So initially, so whenever the supply terminals is to be directly connected across the armature as well as field, so which is to be denoted by F1 and F2 which is equal to A1 and A2. So this is the field rheostat is always placed in maximum position. So because of small amount of or whatever the voltage is to be controlled, so that's why which is always placed in maximum position. So initially supply voltage is to be applied across the armature as well as field winding, so which is always generates the rated amount of flux. So because of we can't be control the field as well as flux, so that's why so which is to be generates the rated amount of flux. So corresponding that flux is to be cut by the armature conductors, it induces an EMF which is called as a back EMF. So rated amount of voltage as well as rated amount of flux is to be developed by the shunt motor by using armature voltage control method. So in this, so flux is always generates the rated amount of flux. So which is always, or motor is always runs at base speed which is equal to 1500 RPM. So this is the general speed. So then, so by varying of armature rheostat from maximum position to minimum position, so which is to be decreased from maximum to minimum position, so what will happen? Resistance is to be reduces. So armature current, so that means IA will be increases. Armature current is increases based on the voltage equation of a shunt motor. V is equal to EB plus IARA. So in this equation, voltage V is equal to EB plus IA RA, or EB is equal to V minus IA into RA. So in this, when we are changing the position of field rheostat of a armature from maximum position to minimum position, so that means resistance is to be reduces, corresponding armature current is increases. Armature current is to be increases, so armature resistance is always constant, which is equal to 0.5 ohm. 0.5 is to be multiplied with armature current. So corresponding voltage is always constant, input voltage is always constant. So but constant voltage minus, so this value is to be drastically increases when armature field rheostat is to be decreases. Armature field rheostat is to be decreases from maximum to minimum position, armature current is increases, this quantity is also increases, V minus IARA, that means EB will be reduces. So what about the relation between back EMF and speed? EB is always is equal to Z by N by 60 into P divided by A. So EB is directly proportional to speed. So whenever the EB value is to be reduces, corresponding speed is also reduces. So armature voltage control method is always used to control the below the base speeds. So that means 1500 to minimum speed is to be attained by varying the armature current. So based on these three relations, so we can easily understanding about the concept of a armature voltage control method. So we can go for the second method. So that is flux control method. So in this method, so which is also connected to the positive and negative terminals. So across the 3-point starter LAF. So which is to be directly connected to the armature. So whatever the voltage is to be given to the motor, which is to be measured by a voltmeter plus and minus. So field winding is to be controlled. That means, so we can measure the field current, so which is to be connected in series with the rheostat, which is always placing in minimum position. So which is equal to ammeter. So this is the rheostat, F1 and F2, A1 and A2. So this is the general circuit diagram of a flux control method. So in this, supply voltage is to be applied across the armature as well as field winding, so which is to be connected in series with the ammeter as well as field rheostat. Field rheostat is to be placed in minimum position, means whatever the current is to be flowing through the field winding, so which is always measured by the ammeter. So initially which is to be placed in minimum position means, so we are neglecting the rheostat. Whenever we are neglecting the field rheostat, so corresponding which is always generates the rated amount of flux. So the armature of a motor is to be runs at 1500 RPM. So that is the general speed or base speed. So by varying of field rheostat, which is to be connected in series with the field winding, so which is to varies from minimum position to maximum position. So minimum to maximum means resistance is to be included. That means resistance value or whatever the resistance is to be connected in series with the field winding, which is to be gradually increases. So that means resistance value is increases, corresponding field current. So that means IF value will be reduces. So reduced field current is to be measured by a ammeter. So IF value is to be reduces. So then flux is also reduces. Flux produced by the field winding is also reduces. So flux reduces means, what about the relation between EB is always directly proportional to phi into N. So phi is always inversely proportional to speed. Otherwise, speed is always inversely proportional to flux. So flux reduces means speed increases. So normally the motor is to be operated at a base speed of a machine which is equal to 1500 rpm. So then we can change the position of field rheostat. Automatically resistance value is increases, field current is to be reduces, as well as flux produced by the field winding is also reduces. So based on change of these parameters, EB is directly proportional to phi into N. Phi is directly proportional to, inversely proportional to 1 by N. N is inversely proportional to flux. So we can change the position of flux. That means flux is to be reduces, speed is automatically increases. So that's why flux or field control method is always controls the above the base speeds. Above the base speeds. So that means, so which is always controls the speed of a machine above the 1500 rpm. Above the 1500 rpm. So that means, so whenever the machine is to be operated at 1500 to 1850 rpm. So in these positions we can change the field rheostat is to be connected in between field terminal or 3-point starter to field winding. So which is to be, where is the field winding of a field rheostat. Okay, so these are the speed control methods of a DC motors. Okay, so one is the armature voltage flux control method, so which is always used to below the base speeds. Second one is above the base speeds. So thank you.